Today, we're diving into 5 study tricks that might sound a little odd, but they are backed by science and have the potential to supercharge your learning. Let's dive in. I'm here from a platform where we VA decoded over 100 million student brains to bring you the most effective study tips. Our mission is to help you learn faster, remember more, and actually enjoy studying. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe because this is just the first of many epic study hacks coming your way. But let's start with trick number 1. All right, let's talk about highlighting. We've all been taught from a young age that highlighting is a great study strategy, right? Wrong? Despite what your highlighter packaging might claim, highlighting does not improve your memory or your ability to recall information. In fact, research suggests that highlighting can actually do more harm than good. Now, you might be thinking, wait, why? I've been highlighting my textbooks since forever. Well, there are 2 reasons why highlighting might seem like a good idea. First, it makes your notes look pretty and colorful, which gives you the illusion of learning. You think you're studying hard? You're taking notes and highlighting everything, when in reality, you're just fooling yourself. Second, highlighting can make finding information easier in the short term. If you're looking for a specific fact in your textbook, it's much easier to find it when you highlight important points. However, this ease of finding information comes at a cost. By highlighting too much, you lose your ability to quickly find the information when you need it. You've trained your brain to rely on the highlights, rather than actually understanding and retaining the information. Plus, according to a study published in the Journal of Educational Psychology, highlighting provides an illusion of learning, which leads to decreased performance on tests and increased feelings of confidence. In other words, you might think you're studying, but you're actually wasting your time and tricking yourself into thinking you've learned something. So if you want to get serious about studying, it's time to ditch the highlighter and try something new. The solution: active recall. Instead of passively highlighting your notes, practice active recall. Close your book after reading a section and ask yourself, what did I just learn? Write down everything you can remember without looking back. Then check yourself by opening the book and comparing your notes to what you remembered. This active process of struggling through retrieval is how real memory is formed. The more you practice active recall, the better your brain will become at remembering information. Just like a muscle, your brain needs practice to get stronger. Don't worry, we've got plenty more study tricks that don't involve highlighting your notes. Stick around and let's continue. Okay, next up, let's move on to trick no. 2. So here's a weird question for you. What color is your toothbrush? Maybe you paused the video to go check. Well, if you were able to answer that question icily, I've got some news for you. You're not alone. You're also part of an exclusive club of people who have experienced a phenomenon called the blur test. Let me explain. A few years ago, researchers from Harvard University conducted a fascinating experiment. They recruited participants and showed them a series of images while monitoring their brain activity. The images included photos of everyday objects like toothbrushes, as well as more abstract shapes. After showing each image for only a fraction of a second, the researchers asked the participants to describe what they had seen. Most people were able to identify the abstract shapes, but struggled to describe the familiar objects like the toothbrush. When the researchers scanned their brains, they noticed heightened activity in the visual cortex, which is responsible for processing spatial information. Basically, when you recognize something really fast, your brain skips the usual route of going straight to the visual cortex and instead takes a detour through the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making and reasoning. In other words, you don't actually see the color of your toothbrush when you recognize it. You make a decision based on your past experiences and knowledge. So how can you use this for studying? Well, next time you're reviewing material, try this. Cover up the material you're trying to learn and ask yourself, what am I seeing here? Describe what you see in detail without peeking. If you struggle to visualize it, it means that it's not in your brain yet. Go back and review the material until you can clearly picture it in your mind. This simple trick can help you check whether or not you've truly learned something. It's a fun and weird way to test your knowledge and make sure it is locked in your brain. All right, moving on to trick no. 3. Here's a strange secret that might sound a little silly, but trust me, it's a game changer. Grab 2 different colored pens. One will be your regular writing pen, and the other will be your special I do understand pen. Okay, now, here's how it works. When you're taking notes, write normally using your regular pen. But whenever you come across something you don't understand or have questions about, write it out again using your special I don't understand pen. It might seem a bit odd to use a different colored pen for things you don't understand, but it's incredibly effective. Using a different pen helps you to visually identify your weak spots and areas that need more attention. And as you review your notes, you can quickly spot these sections written in a different color and focus on understanding them better. This is a simple and strange trick, but it's proven to be effective. In a study published in the Journal of Cognitive Psychology, researchers found that using different colors to categorize information improves memory recall. So next time you're studying, grab 2 different colored pens and give it a try. Your brain will thank you. Okay, moving on to tip no. Now here's a trick that might sound a little unusual, but it's something that you should definitely try before your next study session. Take a piece of paper and write down every single thing that's on your mind. This can include to-dos, worries, random thoughts, anything that's occupying space in your brain. After you've dumped all of these thoughts onto the paper, take a moment to look over your list and reflect on how much better you feel. You've just defragmented your brain. By getting all of these thoughts out of your head and onto paper, you've freed up mental RAM and cleared away distractions so that you can focus on your studies. This is a technique that's often used by productivity coaches and therapists to help people clear their minds and reduce anxiety. It's a simple but powerful way to improve focus and productivity. Give it a try and see how it can help you unlock your brain's full potential. And finally, let's move on to trick no. 5. We live in a world where multitasking is highly valued. Many of us believe that we can handle multiple tasks simultaneously and switch between them seamlessly. Our minds aren't built to multitask. In fact, it reduces our productivity and increases the likelihood that we'll miss important details. When we multitask, we give ourselves too many tabs to manage. This can leave us feeling overwhelmed and stressed out. Our brains aren't computers that can multitask effectively. Each time we switch tasks, we have to refocus our attention, which takes time and energy. This means that our brains are constantly being interrupted, which reduces our ability to concentrate on any one task. Multitasking can lead to mistakes. When we're focused on multiple tasks, we're more likely to miss important details or make careless errors. This can be especially problematic in high-stakes situations, such as exams or job interviews. So how can we tackle this issue? The solution is simple. Before starting your study session, turn off all digital distractions and grab a piece of paper. Write down one task that you want to accomplish during that study session. This will help you stay focused and avoid the temptation to multitask. Once you've completed that task, cross it off the list and move on to the next one. This approach allows you to maintain a high level of concentration and reduces the likelihood that you'll miss important details. It may seem like a small change, but it can make a big difference in your productivity and performance. So give it a try and see how much of a difference it makes. Okay, so these 5 tricks might sound strange, but they're rooted in science and they have the potential to revolutionize your learning. Give them a try for 1 week and let us know what changed in the comments below. And hey, if you found this video useful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more study hacks that actually work. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.